Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Astrolove podcast. I'm AstroQueen,
And I'm AngleLove.
and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
I don't know why my mic is very loud. Is
Oh, is
yours?
it?
Yeah, my one's loud. I think I fixed it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, Happy New Year. It's a little bit late in the month.
It is. It's going so quick. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
We're going to be coming towards the end of January. It's crazy. I don't know where the days have gone. I'm like, we're coming to February, and then I'm thinking about March.
It's so insane. But here we are. Happy New Year to everybody. We are today discussing the forecast and the astrology for the year 2024, what that's going to look like for us as a country and as a world. But yeah, I think we've got a lot of interesting things to talk about and things to kind of anticipate. But I want to kickstart with our usual quote that typically relates to the topic at hand. So in this case, it's the new year. It's a new beginning. It's an opportunity, anyways, to open doors for new beginnings for sure. One of the portals for new beginnings, because there are still a couple more to come, and we'll talk about that. But here is the quote by G.K. Chesterton. I don't know this person, but I like this quote. So it goes like this. The object of a new year is not that we should have a new year. It is that we should have a new soul and a new nose, new feet, a new backbone, new ears and new eyes. It's short and sweet. I kind of like it. So yeah, not to have a new year, but to have a new soul, a new nose, new feet, new backbone, new ears and new eyes.
Absolutely. For me, that just says it's about the change in us, like more of how we developed and grown, rather than thinking about it's a new year. Yeah.
Let's like obtain new things.
Yeah.
Well, actually, how about yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, how have you grown?
Yeah.
And have you evolved from the last year? Yeah, so yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a profound one. But yeah, so to start off the podcast, obviously is always a nice quote, but are we ready for this year? I don't know. Are you ready for this year?
Well, I thought I was, but it seems like this year is just running away with me. Time was like, I need to do this. The time's gone. Like, hold on, wait up a bit. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for this 2024. It's an 8-year. It's a special time. You know, planets are moving, changing signs. You know, there's lots going on, good energy. You know, lots of opportunities for us to work on ourselves as well, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, I say it like we just started, but yeah.
We just started, but like we started with a bang, I feel like. We started with a bang. You mentioned we're in the number 8 year, so if you're into numerology, we are in the number 8 year. And every year is a new year, but every number has a vibration. And the number 8 represents actually it's got that Saturnian / Aquarius type of energy. Saturn being like the planet of work and success over a long period of time, but success that is sustainable, reliable, dependable, and has longevity, and it's associated with wealth, and China, they love that number.
It's like their lucky
main number.
Yeah,
it's their lucky number.
Yeah,
but which is no surprise because every other person is an entrepreneur there.
Well, they got that work ethic. They don't. It's like, from what I see, they don't give up.
They're
just like,
no, they're
the way they are in school. It's restricted. Regimented. Everyone's doing the exact same thing. There's a structure to success, which they all follow. I don't think they really like people that are different in terms of outside of the box type feel. So not the Aquarius type, very Saturnic, traditional. Very traditional, timely. Everything just fits into place. Everyone fits into this kind of box.
But I think that's really interesting because the number 8 has got an element of Uranus tapped into that. They themselves are not outside of the box, but what they do is progressive through their technology.
Right, exactly.
And that's how that's implemented. That's how we see it. Yeah. So it is a number 8 year, and it is a lucky year for business, entrepreneurs, starting new projects. So if you are a number 8, and obviously your life today in this year to see the number 8 through, then it's a really good year for you.
Exactly.
But I think it's a good, because it comes in a triad. I think number 2, I need to double check. There's other numbers that are good for this year. Hold on, I need to check my notes.
Yeah, so there's 3 numbers, which is like attached to 8.
So if you're number 2 and number 5, you're in that triad family with 8. So if you're at your year number 2 on a personal level, and number 5 or number 8, really good year for you. I'm not in any of those numbers. I'm in my personal year number 6, which is much more about nurturing myself and my family and whoever and people I love and care about. So it's much more of a nurturing period for me. But that's not to say I can't start a project.
Exactly. Or it doesn't mean it's not going to be like a successful year for you, because there's probably other areas with numerology, which is fantastic. There's other areas to get a number 8. So it could be with your name, with your life path, birthday. There's different soul number.
Yeah.
So there's 8s or whatever number, 2s or 5s, maybe within you. So there's different opportunities to have that. But even if you don't have an 8, there's still 8 within you. So you'll have a 8. Maybe your number 8 is like every day there's a different number that you vibe to. At some point you're gonna have a number 8 for that year, for that month, or whatever. So there's different opportunities to get 8. And it's definitely I think it's definitely a Saturnian number.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so for the year though, we're going to talk about the UK, and what that's going to be looking like transit wise. So what are your first kind of thoughts?
Well, we've already had the new moon.
Where was the new moon? In
Capricorn, yeah. And then we had the full moon not so long ago in Leo.
True.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
So now obviously Pluto is in Aquarius. So that's a big major change. I think he's there for 20 years.
Yes, and also he's there for 20 years. Yeah.
But he will go back into, keep saying he, isn't that strong male? But he will go back to Capricorn for the last time, and then continue into Aquarius. I
find that really interesting because, on Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn has been doing a number on my ascendant. So, and that's a relationship axis. So, my ascendant is Cancer, and that rules my body, myself, my vitality, and then the 7th house, which is the opposite house, is ruled by Capricorn, and Pluto, which is other people, by the way, in relationships. And Pluto has been all in my face for the last, I think, 20 years, but really strong towards the end of his transit in Capricorn. And I'm just like, please don't come back.
No, he's coming back. Just when you think it was all good, it's like Jaws. The sea's all clear, and then he just pops out around the corner and you start screaming. Oh my God, he's coming back again. So clear up.
When he comes back to do his last visit, it's the hardest if you haven't learnt your lessons.
Yeah. He's coming back for sure.
Oh yeah.
Teach you something.
Oh, he's coming back. So he's gonna come back, one more hit, and then that's it. We are officially in Pluto and Aquarius. But first, he's in Aquarius now, and then he will re-enter Capricorn on September the 1st until November the 19th, before permanently entering Aquarius until 2043. So that's going to mark a new beginning from a collective point of view, because Aquarius is collective, but a new beginning around innovation, how we live our life. Is going to eradicate the status quo. So like, we're no longer, we're already seeing it. We've seen, like, definitely had a preview around people's thinking and feelings and activity around living a much more alternative life. Because prior to that, we were very regimented again, very Capricornian, work strong. Not that we won't have strong work ethics, but Saturn rules Capricorn and it rules Aquarius, but the two energies are going to be so different. Saturn will allow a freedom of speech in Aquarius, whereas Saturn in Capricorn doesn't really allow that. It allows for systems to run and to work effectively. So we're definitely going to see a shift. We'll continue to see a shift and a growing and a growth and a evolvement. Evolvement, is that a word? I don't know, but
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, where we evolve into something that is not original, different,
something unique,
progressive,
definitely,
and out of this world.
We get a change,
massive change
coming. Power, I'll say, like it's a revolution. Power to the people are going to come together, they're going to unite, they're going to make change together. I think with it being in Aquarius, it's a social sign. It's a fixed sign as well, so it's a sign that's not giving up, like it's going straight for the jugular. When it wants to change, it's quirky, it's doing something different. Obviously, if you've done something in the past and it's not worked, this is time to change it up. And I think definitely with everything that's happening with the cost of living, wars, just generally prices rising for no reason or for a reason we're not understanding, and people you've seen all these big knives, zombie knives, and like just things just looking really weird, and just like, well, what's going on? What can we do?
Know, zombie knives.
Yeah, there's like these knives that people take out of their trouser and it just doesn't stop growing. You're like, how did you get that in there? And they call them zombie knives. So it's legal.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere they're going to be banned, and I think September of this year.
Okay.
So they're going to be banned in the UK. So it's legal to buy one right now, but obviously not to carry.
This is
so what random. They carry around with, young people to protect themselves. They carry these zombie knives, and they're literally about the length of a leg.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So
I can't believe my ears.
Yeah, and people are like, what can we do to make changes? Why isn't the government banning this or doing that? So there's a ban, I believe, starting in September.
Thank God.
Yeah. So so there's
needs to be monitored and
absolutely
like crazy. But I'm just looking at the UK chart, and Pluto is now in the 11th house for the UK chart.
Okay.
So we'll be transiting the 11th house for about 20 years. And so the 11th house is about, or it represents friendships, networks, social groups, hopes, dreams and wishes. So I think in terms of what we're going to be dealing with here, there's definitely going to be a restructuring, like I say, a revolutionary approach to how the UK converse, liaise, connect, and build relationships with other countries. I'm not a politician, so it's kind of hard for me to put the right language into this, but definitely there's going to be a change in how the UK build relationships moving forward. It could look really different. They've got particular allies, like, for example, France and the US, but maybe that could change, So, yeah, I don't really know how else. I wish I knew more about politics to understand the shift, but in terms of dreams and wishes for this country, it could be very different to what it was. Maybe there might be a wish not to no longer have a particular structure that reigns over the country, or for that to look differently. Or it could be, what else? It could be a shift in how, politics is run, for example. Also,
what chart are you looking at?
I'm looking at the 1st of January. Oh no, I'm not.
I know.
My days.
Because it's not. Yeah, I was a bit quiet because I'm like trying to search for this chart, and I'm like, nope.
Oh my god.
Nope.
My bad.
That's okay.
My
That's
bad.
fine.
What? It's the 1st of January, 1801, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking at too far.
What was you looking at? 2024.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
Don't worry. That's okay. That's okay.
But interestingly, hold on a minute. Interestingly, that still applies.
Yep.
That still applies, right?
Which one?
Is Pluto still going into Pluto's still in the 11th house?
No, it's in 6. Oh, transiting.
Yeah, transiting.
So it's going into Aquarius, so it'd be the 5th house.
Oh, so what's wrong with my Astro Gold then?
So it's the 1st of January, 1801, London. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're we're looking at the chart for the UK, and there's 2 charts. There's one 1066, and then the new one is the 1801. So
I need to see yours. Okay.
have a look.
Yeah, so I have that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's midnight. It's midnight. I don't have midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got daytime.
Okay.
That's what
Right.
my mistake is. Okay.
That's okay. So yeah, the Pluto in the UK chart is actually in the 6th house. So that was a little mistake about the 11th. Don't worry. But it's going to be transiting the 5th house.
Yeah, I've got that now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, the 5th house, okay, it's opposing the 11th house. So I suppose some of that still applies. So opposes the 11th house. So we shouldn't completely eradicate that. But the 5th house is to do with romance, children, creativity, talents. So as a collective in the UK, that's going to be transformed in some way.
Well, we need to find our talents, don't we?
Yeah.
With this rise in inflation, cost of living, we need to find additional ways of making income.
Yeah.
So I think creatively, that's what people are going to be looking into, is how can they make additional source of income from their kind of talents that they have, hobbies that they like to do, something fun and creative that they could find ways to make money. I mean, social media comes to mind. It's Aquarius. It's, loads of people are doing it. It's getting a bit flooded, and I guess you need to have a kind of like a unique approach.
Yeah.
Otherwise you get lost in the whole sea of podcasts and posts and the funny things that people do on social media. So yeah, I think that's gonna have a big shift.
Yeah. Also, it'll be interesting. This is for the next 20 years or so, yeah? And it'll be interesting to see how relationships transform. It could be, because, again, Aquarius is very unique and brings about a more, like, how can I say this? It's got, like, much more of a fresh perspective on things.
Definitely.
So experiences are going to be brand new, and it's going to activate, I suppose, new theories and new perspectives and way of thinking about things, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So if we relate that to relationships, people might end up naturally having more than one partner, for example, and that's going to become like something that's accepted. Or maybe having multiple children isn't going to be with different partners isn't going to be frowned upon. It's going to be much more accepted. Or we do know that the LGBTQ community has broadened, widened, and got much more extensive. And maybe that's going to be much more. We will see more of that in some way. Or our physical bodies could change gender-wise, and how we have relationships.
Yeah, maybe more online relationships.
More online.
Yeah, in a different way of having a relationship. So maybe people will be having like their normal partner and then an online partner.
The normal partner, the online. Oh, that's a good way. See, that is different. That's Aquarius. I like that. Yeah. But also, I'm thinking children and how they are created. There's been talk about men having children. I mean, I know this is impossible. It's impossible, but will it be though? Like, anything is possible with Aquarius energy, It's going to be science. Yeah. It's not going to be natural. It's not going to be biological. But
I know what they mean when they say like it was obviously someone that was born female. So born as a female and then has transgendered into a male, and then still has their female sexual organs, and then has a child. So that's what they mean by, because there's only one way that a child comes out, and that's through the vaginal canal. So that way, unless someone has another way that it comes out, I don't see how it comes out through the back passage. So it comes out through the vaginal passage. So someone basically has to have a vagina to give birth.
Yeah.
So then, if they say it's a man with a vagina, then and that's not putting anything down or anyone down, but that's, unless there's something else in the pipeline that I don't know about.
Yeah, but I think there could be, though, one day. Maybe
robots will start giving birth. They'll have it in I've seen these sci-fi films where they've had the embryos in a sack, but it's like a kind of robot-y type of situation going on, and there's people in like incubators just lining up ready to be birthed. Think of
the Matrix.
Matrix. I've seen other films. There's one film with Bruce Willis. What's it called again? Not Skin. I forgot it. But anyway, in this film, you don't have to go outside. You control your skin. So it walks out. So you could be a man and you can come out as a woman, and you just walk around. You control it from the house, from your bedroom, and that it interacts, buys your food, you control it, so it goes outside.
Your whole social experience is from within the house.
Yeah, but you're controlling this robot who's portraying you on the actual streets, but you don't actually go.
These movies, they
all speak. So this is an old movie. This is an old movie.
These are prophecies.
Yeah.
These for me. This is what, like, leave the world behind. I'm sorry. We need to pay attention to that. Or the movie Don't Look Up. We need to pay attention to that, because a lot of these people who make these movies, they have access to information that we don't. For whatever reason, because sometimes the government tell the movie studios what to create, because it's a karmic thing. Okay, this is my theory.
Manifestation.
That's what I'm saying. So if they're able to tell the world what their intentions are, it relinquishes them from karma, because it's what they're doing is bad, quote unquote. At least they told us. And they've told us through movies.
Notification.
We've got the notification. We've accepted it, and that's just it.
That's it.
So, and that movies is one big way of letting the world know of what's coming.
And to manifest, because once it's in your mind, you're actually thinking about it.
And so we're supporting the magic, because we're recepting it.
They say the world's a hologram, isn't it? So it's like what we think we're projecting onto the world.
Exactly.
And then it just comes to fruition. So those that know about this kind of stuff, they're going to say, well, we put this movie, sci-fi, they retelling the same story kind of over and over again. It's not just one film. You're seeing this, and then you've seen it like from like 15 years ago. Now it's coming to reality, and you're like, okay, how did they get here? But we've been thinking about it for a long time.
We participate in magic, we don't even realize it.
That's why they say it's not, you can't, like, everyone is part of the solution, and everyone's part of the problem.
Exactly.
So it's our mindset, our consciousness, the collective consciousness, isn't it? Like, we're all part, even unaware or knowingly or unaware, we're still part of it.
I think that's what's going to change somewhat, though, because people are going to become much more independent thinkers and much more critical in the way that they manage their day-to-day lives, and start questioning things. And like you mentioned about protesting, like, people, as a collective, we are much more quote-unquote woke, and we want answers now rather than shy away from things and just get on with it systematically, because that's what we're used to, and that's what provides a sense of security. Now we're much more willing to step out of that security to see things for what it really is. So I'm hoping I'm hopeful that will bring about a new, and that's a breath of fresh air, just a total new way of living. If we're no longer inundated by things forced upon us via movies and music, what's the world gonna look like? Because these are portals. We're getting messages thrown at us every day through movies and programs, series, music, whatever the case may be, and it's like, now we got much more of there's a deterrent there, because we're much more guarded about what it is that we put into ourselves, because all of this is food.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's part of our nourishment. It's not just literal food that we eat to sustain us. Information sustains us as well.
Exactly.
Now we want to filter that through. So that Aquarius and Pluto and Aquarius, rather, it's going to be really interesting for that, I think.
I think so. I think, you know, a change is coming, the revolution.
Yeah.
People are just going to be like new groups starting. You know, we're going to have, I'm just, there's new groups already, but, you know, I'm thinking of like, what groups are there? Like the Black Panther Party, like groups like that really make a big impact. I'm not saying
World
the
changes.
Black Panther Party, but I'm just saying groups like that are actually going to step forward and make action.
World
you know,
are they called world changers? I can't remember.
Yeah, people that are going to action the change. They're not waiting for no one with money. They're saying, who wants to do this? Come with us. And people are going to, it's going to, in their heart's desire, they're going to connect and they're going to come forward and say, no, I don't like the way this is running. Let's make a change. Another group's going to be like, I don't like the way this is running. Let's do this to make a change. We're going to see a lot of the people taking on their power, believing in themselves. And obviously it's going to take one, you know, when I think of Aquarius, I think of like electricity or some electric energy. Like there's, you know, you just need a spark to tick, to get everyone thinking and move. Yeah.
A catalyst for change.
That is going to be part of that Aquarius.
Keep an eye out on that.
And I think we should do like a movie breakdown, like movies to watch.
Yeah.
Like movies that we watch, because I can't remember what that one's called with Bruce Willis. So we should maybe do a little top 10.
We should do that, because I've got a movie as well called Paradise. It's based in I think like Denmark or something. And that had, I can't remember, but basically a company was, in order to stay young forever, they would have to take something like a gene or something, so basically suck out the age of somebody else, and they would sell that what they've sucked out to people who had loads of money to be able to afford it. And it happened to a person who then, I can't remember if she volunteered or she had to do it. I can't remember. But basically, her partner watched her just get old and older and older every day. So his mission was to stop this company from ruining people's lives, essentially. But I just thought that it was interesting, the concept of like staying young forever, but at other people's expense. But anyway, science
another
again.
film, Time.
Okay.
With Justin Timberlake. Yeah. That reminds me of that.
There's some movies,
but
we need to pay attention to that even more so now, because they are progressive, they're scientific, they're different, they create a perspective rather that's new, and that's new and innovative, isn't it? Even though it could be scary in places, because it's the unknown. Okay, moving on.
Because we could talk about films for the whole session.
Yeah, exactly. We have got, what else is going on for the year? Mars will be conjuncting Pluto on February the 13th. So Mars is the planet of action. It's a fire sign, so it's all about action, activity, motivation, drive. It's our sense of vitality, but he's also the god of war.
That could be quite violent.
Yeah. Right now he's in Capricorn, so I think he does really well there because he's exalted. So I feel very action orientated. I feel like I've got energy to do practical things. I feel really good about that. But generally him going conjunct next to Pluto is definitely going to shake things up. It's going to happen around Valentine's. Okay. So love relationships. If you're starting a new love relationship around that time, just
don't kill your partner.
Yeah, please. Exactly.
Found out they're cheating or something, and you. In a rage. True. It is a bit. In a rage, it just got you.
Because actually, this is a bit. This is a significator for like murder. I'm not saying that will happen, but it's got potential for that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said. Violence.
Yeah, violence. Very aggressive, but it can also be equally very passionate, very sexual, very deeply intimate.
Yeah, it's how you use the energy, how your birth charts lined up, and what planets you've got where. But
yeah, I'm just gonna see he's gonna come out of a Capricorn. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, of course. in Aquarius. Mars will be in Aquarius. Okay. And then what else? But in the UK chart, is Mars in the 4th house? We've got Mars, Mercury, and Venus in the 4th house. Am I right in saying that?
So, let me get my app up. I closed it. So, Mars is in the... Where are you? Where are you in the UK chart? It's in the 8th. Am I looking at... Let me check that I'm looking at the right chart. Yeah, it's in the 8th. The natal Mars is in the 8th. And the transit in Mars will be in the 4th house, leading then to 5th house when it goes into Aquarius.
Okay. Alright. Mars. I've got Mars in the 3rd house towards the end of the first, on the 1st of January 2024.
Not 2024.
For the new year.
Oh, for the new year. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So the 3rd house is to do with communication, commuting. It's connected to our local community, our neighbours, siblings as well. So Venus is there, Mercury is there, and Mars is there. So there's definitely going to be a lot of activity this year for us UK people in terms of communicating, commuting, lots of travel back and forth to local places or just places that are not particularly far. It can be long distance, but 3rd house is much more about our local kind of A to B. You know, the tube map, like us following the tube map or the train map or whatever. Mercury is there in retrograde. So there's definitely going to be some returning to familiar places, contacting and communicating with, you know, familiar faces, neighbours and all of this stuff. And Venus is there to provide us with beautiful, short distance journeys. People might meet each other along their journey to work or, you know, as they do their errands, supermarkets or whatever. So that would be interesting as well for people to experience. But there's definitely going to be, with Mars conjunct Mercury, there's going to be a lot of information being shared around pretty fast. I think pretty fast. Lots of
definitely quick minds,
scattered minds, because it's in Sagittarius. Lots of scattered energy. So I think definitely lots of movement. In terms of politics, like that's going to be interesting. I mean, Mercury and Mars, Mercury together is quick minds, like you said. Lots going on, lots of thinking and sharing of information. But also, again, Mars being involved can be aggressive and can be impulsive as well. So
I'm getting like think it and then do it. Kind of vibes. As soon as it comes into your head, you straight away going straight to do something. Especially as it's in Sag, right? As you said. It's mutable. Saggies are always on the move. So
and Mercury's in his 4 and in retrograde. So our communication might be skewed this year in some way, and the way there might be lots of issues with commuting. Trains and stuff as usual. You know, I don't think that's going to be resolved in terms of the strikes and things like that, and there might be more prolonged issues with travel. What else? Where is the moon? The moon is in the 12th house.
Okay,
but hold on.
Which chart are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm gonna do midnight.
I'm lost.
I realised I wasn't looking at
You wasn't looking at that, yeah, because I'm...
So the moon...
If you're looking at the UK chart, then the moon's in the 11th?
Yes, and then I'm looking at the transits over it.
Okay.
Yeah. The moon's in the 11th and the 10th house, in the UK chart. All right. What else?
Sorry, no. I'm looking at the solar return. Sorry, we've got such a little mix-up. I'm looking at the UK solar return. So the moon is in the 10th house. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So then we have the moon, the transiting moon in the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Virgo. So in terms of that, Virgo is another mutable sign. Lots of movement again. The moon represents the public.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's in the 12th house is to do with like seclusion, hospitals, institutions, prisons, ashrams, retreats and things like that. So publicly there might be a lot of, I don't know, there might be a lot of issues that come up for us.
Around the NHS, some of the institutions, maybe lack of funding or people not being happy because certain things have been taken away. But slowly and surely the NHS is definitely changing in terms of what we're entitled to, what we need to pay for. It's always kind of like change, like just getting a bit like things like maybe one time we didn't need to pay for our eye tests. Now we do, like if you're working, there's different things slowly,
privatizing, isn't it?
Taken away if you don't.
Yeah, it's true, because also Saturn is opposing that moon. So there's going to be some public and issues with authority as well. So we're definitely going to see tension between the public and maybe politics and the laws and policies that might come through to do with health, because actually the 12th and the 6th house is the health axis. So
and GPs, because we were talking about that.
Oh yeah, we were.
To see your GP, you have to make a phone call. It's becoming
elite now.
Like you get prescribed over the phone. You just tell them a few little symptoms what you have, and it's like, I know what you got. It's like, well, since when were you able to be able to do this? Since COVID, you've been able to use your intuition and some mind magic that you've got that you didn't have all these years ago. Right. But now, because of COVID, you've not seen clients, and now you want to keep it that way. Oh, we can do this now. We can intuitively, or just know a few symptoms and know what's wrong with someone. That's fine if it works, but at the same time, it's like, well, why didn't you do this years ago? Like, what's going on? So I think they've just found a new way of working, and like the people are like, no, we got to see a doctor, and it's not kind of working out like that. But I guess with you have to put your foot down if you want to see a doctor, which is a bit annoying, but you have to make yourself heard. If you think you need a doctor. But then they do video calls, so then they just look at
I've not done that yet.
They do video calls, so they've got everything. So then if they need to see something that's
so crazy,
something simple, like something on your hand or a mark or skin lesions in a public kind of place, rather than a private place, they just do that over the phone via video. So the NHS has definitely changed. They've definitely changed with the kind of times in terms of using networks, in terms of computing. And because since lockdown, we all use Zoom a lot to connect and have meetings and apps and all that kind of stuff. And the NHS has just followed that same sort of pattern.
Okay, it's true. It's true.
But I think people are getting a bit sick of it now.
Because they don't make it easy. It's too detached, and I think with health you have to have a level of connection, physical connection. Maybe because that's what we're used to, I guess. I don't know. It used to be that way, so we're used to that. But that's what Aquarius energy is. It's a detachment. It's all mental. It's all logic. It doesn't care about the physical, tangible stuff.
And I did actually see something in read something about sometimes when we see doctor, we think it's a doctor, but it's not.
What do you mean? What is it?
So like, it's just an expert, like a health professional expert. So someone might want to see, obviously it wouldn't be your personal GP, because you know who that is, but then you might go emergency or 111 or something like that.
I know what you mean.
And then you think you're talking to a doctor, but you're not. And I saw it on the news where that has been a issue, that people think, or the person talking presents as a doctor. Obviously if you ask them, they might say they're not, but people just assume that they're talking to a doctor,
but they're advisors.
Yes.
Damn. And that I think that makes sense. I know when I call 111, I know they're advisors, but they don't always. They question you like they're doctors, but they're not. You know. So I guess it would be easy to kind of think you're talking to a doctor in a way, just because of the questions that they ask you. But even reception at the GP now ask you intimate questions. It's like they have to triage. They never used to though. You call up and say, I want to talk to a doctor.
Yeah.
And then you get a doctor.
Yeah.
But you just get an appointment. That's it.
Yeah.
Now they ask you like, what's wrong?
Now
what are the symptoms? And I'm just, that's like, exactly. When I saw you the other day, I was on the phone to them. I was talking to reception. I was on the phone to them for 7 minutes, answering their questions about my child's physical symptoms. And I'm like, I can say all this to a doctor, you know. But anyways, okay, cool. Again,
changes. Gatekeepers. Doctors have got gatekeepers now.
Hey, doctors are elite. But another another transit, I guess, is what did I want to say? I saw something. The sun was okay. Yeah, so the sun is going to be trining Mars. So the sun shines light. Is the sun's consciousness. The sun represents our mission, and it's trining. So it's making a positive aspect to Mars, the god of war. So this year would be a good time to experience an extra boost in energy. So collectively, we might feel like we're much more, you know, energized and able to kind of become to meet our goals, be goal orientated, which is good because it meets the number 8 if you're an entrepreneur and stuff, start your projects and things like that. So that's going to give you an extra boost. You can shine, gives us an opportunity to shine for our pursuits. But yeah, sports might be something that we see or get excited about for some reason.
Is it the Olympic Games in Paris?
It this year? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You see, I was meant to go. You're right.
Yeah,
it's in this summer. Yeah, it's in July. Yeah. There you go. See,
if you're going, I'm coming.
Yeah, well, that was the plan, but I'm going to be in the US. I'm going to be in the US.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's a family reunion around that time, so I'm going to be there. But we plan to go there, to go to France for the Olympics. But yeah, you see, this can't lie.
Yeah.
This can't lie. But that's the association. So sports is going to become a huge positive outlet for us this year. So not just for the UK, but for the world, it seems, because of the Olympics. What else is going on? We have to close soon because I'm realising also that I don't have my laptop charger. And I need to charge the laptop. Pluto is opposing Jupiter. So again, the planet of destruction, healing, purging. Pluto is a purging planet. Yeah. So we're definitely, it's a strip. We need to be stripped and made brand new. Basically,
shedding of skin. When they say stripped, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing, like being stripped. You know, you think of the word stripped. Yeah. Like it's embarrassing. You don't want no one to see. You're scared. It's shameful. Right. Like I think, you know, like when you say stripped, that you go through all these kind of emotions when you're being stripped. Yeah. Like naked or, you know, everything.
So vulnerable.
Yeah, it's so vulnerable. And it's you know, I think an easier word is like shedding skin, but it's not. It's deeper than that. Just shedding skin. It's more deeper within you.
It's in you.
It's in you. You know, it's not. Your skin will shed, but there's deeper.
It's subconscious.
It's forgiving of yourself.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself of the things that have happened in your life that may not have been your fault or you didn't know better. Yeah. It's like that some people hold on to stuff. Yeah. And other people don't care. They just let go. Okay, yeah, forgive myself and whatever. So, you know, maybe you need to see a therapist, whatever. But this is the time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always the time, actually.
It's always
the time. It's always the time.
But on a personal level, you can establish when the time is for you to start your therapy or whatever. But yeah, Pluto opposing Jupiter. So I suppose this is where we might find a bit of a paradox. Because Pluto, like you said, is, you know, it's the stripping, but it's a deep inner work, isn't it? And then it opposes Jupiter's planet that is that rules or presides over abundance and luck, protection. We love Jupiter. Yeah. The two of them together create wealth. Yeah. But because it's an opposition, it can be hard and or difficult or traumatic to obtain the wealth that you probably seek. So we're definitely going to experience some difficulty around our goals. So even though we'll have the energy because of the Mars trine the Sun to meet those goals, we might find it difficult to obtain them or to get to them. Because of lack of confidence maybe, or lack of belief. Jupiter's connected to belief. So definitely we need to be mindful. There's going to be some issues maybe around Jupiter rules religion, right? Always associated with spirituality. I don't know about religion as such, but definitely associated with religion and spirituality. So it could be that the UK faces some form of transformation around spirituality, churches, Christianity, Catholic religion. So that would be interesting. But best to avoid legal battles around that time this year, just because that Pluto opposing Jupiter will make it very difficult under the influence of this energy. So that would be interesting.
And did you speak about Jupiter trine Venus?
Ooh.
That's now.
That's now.
That's now. So that's a very nice
Jupiter trine Venus
aspect.
Oh, you're right. So on a New Year's Day, that was happening. Oh, so we've got that energy throughout the year.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be nice. So Venus is the planet of love, money, values, self-esteem.
And Jupiter will just expand that.
Jupiter will just expand that and bring so much luck and joy and happiness around our relationships and how we socialize. Because Venus is also associated with socializing, connecting with people and groups. So maybe there might be more weddings this year.
Maybe.
What do you think? That's a nice one.
That's nice. Yeah, make more money. Opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
Work on your values, self-esteem. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's nice because that will mitigate the moon opposing Saturn, because that's going to be quite heavy. So yeah, Venus trine Jupiter. Yeah, that's good. Definitely good for us to meet our heart's desires. This could be good for traveling as well and finding love abroad.
Yep.
Or finding love, doing artistic things. Or could be good even on a personal level to tap into your hobbies.
Definitely.
Connect with your talents.
Make more money at work.
Yeah.
Different things like that. So yeah.
And what gives you pleasure? Because whatever gives you pleasure will probably give you more pleasure, because Jupiter is trying in that Venus throughout the year. So just be careful not to indulge too much, but you definitely have opportunities to indulge.
Yeah.
Venus Jupiter is about indulging in the pleasures and things that you love. Great for relationships though, so that's a good look. Okay. What else did we want to say? What else is going on? Venus Cazimi is happening on the 4th of June.
Okay.
So Venus Cazimi. So Cazimi basically means when a planet is conjunct the sun within 17 seconds.
Yeah.
And that basically heightens the planet's energies, amplifies their characteristics and attributes. So Venus that's great, because obviously she's a benefic. She's a benefic, meaning that she exudes positive characteristics, unless of course she's in detriment or whatever. But generally she's about money and love and all the pleasures and all the good stuff, and socializing and connecting with people, amongst other things. But this is going to be good. So Venus Cazimi in Gemini on the 4th of June will emphasize intelligence, curiosity. We emphasize obviously what I've just said in terms of love and everything, but it's going to be, Gemini energy is going to really feel it. The Gemini suns are going to really feel it, or the mutable energies are going to really feel that as well. So if you're a Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces or Virgo, that's going to be particularly nice, but everyone will feel it on the 4th of June. But yeah, we've got, obviously, as every year there's a solar and lunar eclipse.
Yep. So we got 4.
So we've got 4. Do you have the dates for those?
I did not look them up.
That's okay.
But I think there's April, September, off the top of my head.
We can maybe, I don't know. We can definitely bring that up in the next episode where we talk about the forecasts. I thought I had the dates and I don't. But yeah, there's going to be, I think, 4 or 5 eclipses this year. A continuation of the Libra and Aries axis of eclipses. And then we've got the Mercury retrogrades this year, and they're all in... Are they all in fire signs?
Yeah, they come out. I think one, they're in fire, and is it something else? Because I know at one point I see starts in one sign and then goes into Virgo, and I'm like, oh, I thought we were done with Virgo. I'm sure I saw that. I thought, huh? I thought Virgo had... So it goes into the air. I think is it the air and fire? Because we did. Because is it earth and water? We just come out of.
It was,
earth and
It was earth and fire.
Earth and fire. Okay.
And then this year is gonna be Aries.
It's gonna be air and.
So it's gonna be Aries, Leo, and Sag. Aries, Leo. It doesn't go.
So it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, all the fire signs and Sag.
No. When it's in Libra, and it ends up retrograding right back into Virgo for some reason.
Oh, it does.
Yes, because it's going to be at the early stages of Libra, and it goes into Virgo. I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, there we go.
Well, see, this is why it's good to have 2 people on a podcast.
Yeah.
Because if I was here sitting by myself talking about this alone, I don't know. I need someone to correct me. Yeah. All right, awesome. So yeah, okay. So we've got those retrogrades, but we'll talk about those in detail. Obviously.
In the next podcast.
But in terms of like the UK experience, did you have anything else you wanted to say or close on?
No, I mean, I just think that for sure we're going to see new groups rising, new people wanting to experience different things, wanting to be connected, make a change. Don't like what they're seeing currently, and there's going to be people rising up who's going to take the lead. And if people like you, they kind of follow what you do, and you're in agreement with their values, they will follow. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. People interested in spirituality, frequency, energy, science, maybe making more developments in that kind of realm, talking about things that they found in terms of frequency and vibration and the universe and things like that, because it's the Aquarius, it's the scientists, isn't it? So there's going to be, and people looking for more meaning in life. So I think that's kind of like where it's going at. People want to make more money, hobbies, and and it makes sense that this year, April, the taxman has decided that they're going to clamp down and look into all these organizations, people making their side hustle. They want to tax that now. So if you're on eBay and Etsy and all those kind of...
I don't know how they're going to monitor all this.
I don't know, but I think you're allowed to make £1,000, and then after that, the taxman wants his share, his cut. So, he wants his cut, because I don't know, there's no... Anyway.
This is annoying. Let people be what they need to
be.
Robbery. They're like robbery, I tell you.
Robin Hood.
You're too funny. But yeah, I think... with the moon as well, making a trine to the sun, that's going to be really nice, because the moon's in the 12th house, and that's to do with like, it's connected to spirituality. But also it trining the sun in the 4th house, where the UK sun is anyways. The 4th house is to do with the home, the roots we were talking about earlier, past, and our connections with our past, our connection with our history. I think there's definitely going to be a focus in that this year. People wanting to tap into who they are in terms of their family heritage, in terms of their roots. So there might be an urge for sure as a collective to find out who we are in that sense.
Yeah, where you come from.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how that looks like politically as well. I don't know. I don't know. I've got a lot to learn about politics. But yeah, okay. That's it. I think that's it from me.
Yeah, definitely. There's yeah. I think
Good
that's
timing.
enough.
Good timing. We're on 2%. My charger's
Yeah, okay.
not in this room. Okay, so on that note, guys, thank you so much. It's a new year for us, and we have some new goals for this podcast. So
there are changes coming.
Yeah, there are changes coming. Thank you so much for bearing with us. We are so keen to expand. So keen. I mean, the last few podcasts has been really our practice runs. But 2024 is all about creating change and bettering ourselves and how we deliver
more visual
and just more activity. So please bear with us and just thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like our podcast on YouTube and our
social media Astrolove podcast.
Is it an underscore somewhere? No,
yeah, Astrolove _pod.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, we're on TikTok and we're on Instagram. So yeah, peace out everybody. I'm Astrolove. No, I'm not. I'm AstroQueen.
And I'm Astrolove. Peace.
Peace.